Hey all, welcome to Learning Analytics and Knowledge 2013. This is the third year that we've offered this course, and each year we've made a few changes in terms of the format and the structure and the content of the course. What I'd like to do with just this quick introductory video is talk a little bit about what this course is about this year and some of the opportunities that you'll have to experiment with different tools and technologies. So first of all, this is a course. Right now we have about 650 students that have signed up for the course, which is great. It's wonderful to see this level of interest in analytics in education. We, during the duration of this course, essentially want to introduce you to some of the different tools and the topics and the case studies of individuals involved with learning analytics. And as a result of that kind of a focus, we'll be spending a fair bit of time first looking at a reasonably non-technical introduction to the field. So we'll talk a bit about, what are learning analytics and why are they suddenly gaining some of the attention that they are, and for that matter, how does learning analytics as a field differ from other fields that have perhaps similar areas of focus. Once we've sort of asserted that and given a couple examples and illustrations of what we can do with learning analytics, we'll transition into a conversation around the tools that are actively being used now by researchers. Now, this is a new addition to the course. In the first 2 years, we would spend some time introducing a variety of tools, and we would talk about how these tools can be used, but by and large the focus was heavily on introducing the idea of analytics. So from about week 3 on or so, we'll have sections of the week that will get a little bit more technical, and by that I mean you'll have an opportunity to experiment with Tableau software, with R. You'll use Snap and a variety of different tools to interact with data. Now, for those of you that are thinking, well, that's not quite what I'm interested in, I don't really want to dive into the analytics tools, I'm looking at it more from an example perspective or from a leadership perspective, well, that won't be a problem either. You'll certainly have an opportunity to engage around areas of interest, so you'll essentially be able to decide what is it that's relevant for you. And if you're not really that interested in taking a deep dive into some of the analytics tools, there's still going to be activities ongoing throughout the course that should be of benefit to you. The other aspect of the course, like I said, from week 3 on, we'll spend a little bit more time looking at some of the tools and technologies. We'll also look at the pedagogy and the epistemology behind analytics. Again, this is also a new addition to the course from different from previous years, so we'll take a better look than we have in the past at what is it that we bring with us to our analytics conversations in terms of views of teaching. Can an algorithm replace a teacher? And obviously that'll differ from person to person how you respond to that, but by and large I think what we want to do there is really raise the profile of thinking about the opinions and mindsets that we bring to an analytics conversation. Following that discussion, we will also look at some of the issues around data use, privacy, and ethics. In many cases, the use of analytics in education is fairly immature from a perspective of guidance for appropriate use of the data, who should see that data, and those kinds of concepts. So we'll look at what's happening in different parts of the world. Where are some of the regions that have perhaps identified to a greater degree how they're going to use analytics, but then still focus on some of the principles that are really outstanding at this stage and probably need to be addressed by practitioners of analytics. And then toward the end of the course, we'll spend some time looking at the future of analytics, and we'll introduce the organization that's sponsoring this course, the Society for Learning Analytics Research, and we'll talk about how you might want to get involved and opportunities for you to participate in regional events, journals, publications, those types of activities. So for now, I'd like to extend a particular welcome to each of you to this course. I look forward with my colleagues to spending the next 2 months together with you, tackling the topic of analytics and looking at how we can take a learner-focused view on improving education. Thanks all.